Hello, welcome to the story behind the song. My name is Emil, and if you're a lifetime music lover like I am, by now you've become acquainted. You've heard hundreds, maybe even thousands of songs that you have enjoyed listening to. If you're from my generation or over, you probably grew up listening to a lot of music on the radio. And if you heard a song you liked, you went out to the local record store and purchased one of those little vinyl discs. They used to call them the 45s, and you take them home and slap them on your record player, and you could hear it anytime you like. Of course, eventually vinyl gave way to the compact discs and other types of digitally produced music. So that nowadays, people, usually millennials, people of that generation, tend to download all their music from different websites and put them into formats and creating playlists so they can still listen to their favorite songs whenever they want to. But whatever your age or your type of music that you enjoy, have you ever wondered how a particular song got started? Did you ever think about how why did that artist write that song? What were they trying to say? What inspired them to do it? So I've thought about that many times, and for me it makes for interesting reading. So I did choose a song for this presentation, and being that this is a holiday season, the song I'm going to give a little background on and then perform on my guitar is the very popular Christmas classic called Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano. You probably heard it. I've heard it more times than I could count, but every time I hear it, it sounds as fresh as an original as the day I heard it the first time. But before I talk about the song, just a little bit of background on its creator. Jose Feliciano was born in Puerto Rico in 1945. He was one of 11 boys. So they came from a large family, which moved to New York City when he was 5 years old. Now, Jose was born blind from birth, and that most likely inspired his great passion for music, because unable to see, his auditory senses probably developed and he learned to love music. And he was very precocious at a young age in terms of his musical ability. By the age of 7, he was playing the accordion. When he was 9, his father gave him his first guitar, and he loved playing that, spent a lot of time doing that. Now, Jose was very much inspired by the roots of his Latin heritage, but he also spent much time listening to contemporary rock and roll and jazz, which was dominating the airwaves in the 1950s and early 60s. And as an inspiring young musician, Jose Feliciano did what many young musicians did from the New York City area. He spent his time playing at coffee houses at Greenwich Village and other venues, hoping one day to be discovered. Well, eventually he was discovered, and in the mid-1960s he was offered a record contract with RCA Victor. In 1967 he moved out to Los Angeles, and the following year he released his album Feliciano, which is an excellent cover, in my opinion, of the Doors' hit Light My Fire, which had gone to #1 the previous summer. 1968 was also the year that Jose won 2 Grammy Awards, one for Best New Performing Artist and one for Best Male Pop Performance. So by the time he got around to writing Feliz Navidad, which was in 1970, so it's enjoying its golden anniversary this year. By the time he got around to writing that, he was already a pretty well-known figure in the world of pop music. So how did this song get started? Well, in October of 1970, he and his partner, his songwriting partner, Rick Jarrett, were in the studio, and they were going to put together a Christmas album, probably mostly of, songs that people are familiar with. And Rick had this idea. He said to Jose, he goes, why don't we do something a little different? Why don't you compose your own original song and we could put it on the album that we're doing? Give it a little bit of a kick, you know. So Jose was a little hesitant at this idea at first, because at that time, when pop artists put together a Christmas or a holiday album, it was mainly comprised of popular classical songs that people knew, like Silent Night and White Christmas. Writing your own song, well, there were some who did, but it was always a little risky because you were kind of going off the beaten path. And also, too, at the time, being a Latin American musician, that was also kind of a novel idea, because there weren't many Christmas songs performed by Latin American artists that they themselves composed. There was a song called Mamacita, Donde Está Santa Claus? So maybe it wasn't totally unheard of, but it wasn't too common either. But Jose got to thinking, and also he was feeling a bit homesick at this time. He had left his large family out in the East Coast, and he was kind of nostalgic and homesick. He had recalled the days when he was growing up around Christmas time. He and his family would celebrate the very popular Latin holiday called Buena Noche. And Buena Noche normally occurs on Christmas Eve. And it's accompanied by a lot of eating, drinking, music, singing, all types of festivities. And Jose was feeling kind of lonesome, kind of missed that. So he thought, maybe writing a song wouldn't be a bad idea, to reach out to his family, and also maybe to reach out to people everywhere who were kind of feeling a bit blue because they couldn't be with the ones they loved. Now, the song itself got started, it was a very simple song if you listen to it. And Jose figured, what did he want to say? Well, he just wants to tell people Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So the Spanish translation, Feliz Navidad, Prospero Año, well, that's the whole basis. That's how he started strumming, and he came out with that lyric. But he also figured he wanted to get a much more of a broader appeal in the United States, so he figured he'd better add an English version too. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. And before he knew it, he had the whole thing, 3 chords, very simple. His partner Rick really loved it, and Jose thought pretty well of it himself, and they did put it on the album that season. Now, just a little bit of background how I became familiar with this song. The song was recorded in 1970, but I don't recall hearing it until 1977, when I was a sophomore in an all-boys high school. Now, very few of the students were Spanish speakers, primarily. That was not their primary language. The only Spanish we really knew was whatever we picked up in Mr. Alvarez's class. But I do remember in December 1977, it seemed like almost everyone was walking down the hall going, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad. So, with that, I'm going to perform it for you right now, my guitar. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Thank you for listening to the story behind the song with Emil. Wishing you Feliz Navidad, happy holidays, happy New Year. Hope to see you in 2021.